Hey guys, this is AgentMindStorm, and welcome back to another video in which I show you something cool. Today I'm going to be re-reviewing Adventurer's Dream by Noxcrew, and in the past I did a review of this series after I did a whole Let's Play of the entire thing. You can find that in the playlist linked in the description of the video, but that's not what I'm talking about. Last time I did this review, this pack was seriously underwhelming, but they've updated it since to make it much better, so I thought it warranted a re-review. So we're going to be going over the world, the resource pack, and the skin pack, and then also just giving another rating of the whole thing overall. So, let's begin. The first part of the Adventurer's Dream Mashup pack that I'm going to be reviewing is the map. That's, of course, part 1 of 3, and they have made some major improvements since last time. First off, the spawn. It used to just be a tiny quartz room, which was fine. It didn't need to be anything more, but they've gone through and made it more. It's now a beautiful house. This house honestly looks better than most of the houses in the actual world, and they use these giant cool banner signs for, like, social media and the store map, and these are actually maps, if you look, as you can see, so you can actually pull them off the wall and have something that says Adventurer's Dream if, for some odd reason, that's what you want. I think it's really cool, and the spawn upgrade is definitely cool. Now, the Noxcrew sign plays the sound Noxcrew. It's very cool. I approve of it. And now, not too much of the map has actually been changed. It's mostly the same as before, but they've made a few quality of life improvements since last time. If you want the previous review, you can go watch the last one, but I'm going to just be talking about what I think they did better this time. So, I'm going to go through first, back to this area to show you the quality of life that they have done. If we go to the dungeons, there used to be, in the previous version, you would have to get all of the relics, and a relic would basically be a renamed version of a die. They would take a die and retexture it to be like this cool relic thing that you would get from these statues. But now, you don't get a relic at all. You just complete the dungeon, you get some, this is new, they've added some like new rewards, I guess. But the point is, they've made the dungeon endings much, much better than before, because you no longer have to carry a giant, well, not really very big, but you no longer have to carry a relic all the way back across the map and go dungeon spawn, dungeon spawn, dungeon spawn. Now you just go straight from the dungeon to the next dungeon, because you don't need to carry a relic back here every single time. However, there are some more updates that the map could have used that they didn't take advantage of. First off, this city still feels evilly underused. It's such a nice place. It feels so alive compared to the rest of the map, which feels really static, but there's nothing here. All you really do in this town is loot the houses. You go inside, it's almost the same for every house. You open a chest, you take the stuff they've got in here, and then you just do that for every single house over and over. There's no variety. It's just the same big town. And it looks cool, it's really, really well built, but it just feels kind of wasted, and they didn't change anything about that in the recent update. Now, the other thing that I still think is bad is there's no real end. You just, when you get to the end of the map, you come to this sacred armory place. Then you go in here, and you get teleported to the final battle spot. This place is very, very cool. You spawn an ender dragon and everything. We're not going to do that today. But basically, you spawn an ender dragon, you battle the ender dragon, and then once it's defeated, you don't do anything. You're done. That's all. There's nothing. Also, there seems to be a hole in the map here, which there definitely wasn't last time, so they seem to have downgraded a bit here. That's something very interesting that I noticed while trying to record this section previously. There's a hole in the map, so they really need to fix this hole in the map, and they really need to add an ending, because you'd think that this back door would open up and then, like, just reveal some final area, but no. No, there's nothing. Also, if you're wondering what that is, that's the world spawn. But, guys, the ending is still no ending, but that doesn't really detract from the map, surprisingly, because it's not very important when you think about it. The ending of the map, it's just a bit confusing, that's all. You get to the end and you're expecting something and you get nothing. But since it's over, you don't really lose anything. So I think this still makes the map 9 out of 10, especially since the upgrades with the relics and stuff. It still feels great. It's just a slightly static, and the boss battle ending is a bit disappointing, but everything else about this map gets it a 9 out of 10. Next, we are going to review the skin pack, which, surprisingly, hasn't changed at all. But wait, there's a bit more to this story than just that the skin pack hasn't changed, because in fact, when I went back to check it after the update initially, it had changed. There weren't just 5 skins. There were 15 skins, and they all had names. They weren't just Shepherd and Sorceress and Ranger. They had names like, I don't know, some medieval name. I'm not good at coming up with names on the spot. The point is, there should be 15 skins, not 5. I don't know what happened, so if the skin pack was accidentally made better and then reverted, it still gets a 2 out of 10. But if there's just a glitch currently and they reverted the skin pack by accident, I would give the new skin pack a 4 out of 10. It still doesn't have as much skins as like the other packs, especially compared to some of the other mashup packs that cost the same. Like, look at this Chinese mythology pack or the Halo pack, and then you compare that to, especially the Halo pack. This one has like 60 skins or something. This only has 15, so it still gets 4 out of 10, but the skins are reasonably well made. They're nothing amazing, especially when they use solid colors like this Ranger's hood, but they're passable, and that gets them a 4 out of 10 because there's more than there were before. Finally, I want to talk about the thing that bugged me the most last time. The resource pack. Not because it was bad, but in fact because it was so good. It was a missed opportunity for greatness because the menus were still so boring, but since that review, they've fixed all my problems with it. All the menus are beautiful. Look at this, guys. Are you seeing this menu now? Are you seeing this? It looks so good. They've also updated the pack to include blocks like stained glass that weren't there before. Let me pull it out. As you can see, stained glass, boom. It looks Adventurer's Dreamy, not actually that different. Let's pull out coarse dirt. I don't know where coarse dirt. There it is. As you can see, they've given it an Adventurer's Dream makeover. It is just so much better, guys. The resource pack has been updated amazingly. I love it. I love almost everything about it. In fact, there's just one thing that I can really fault it for, and that is it renames stuff. That's something that I would usually reserve for behavior packs, which is fine because Adventurer's Dream uses a behavior pack, but when you're in a survival world, I don't want things to be called what they aren't really. So for example, one of the types of wood has been renamed to ironwood. It's not jungle wood, it's ironwood. I don't like that. But then the thing that's worse than that, because ironwood is really just a name. Junglewood, you don't need to know it's junglewood. But the problem comes when they've renamed some of the mobs, like these spawn Mystery Conjuration, or like Ember Wraith. Like, what's a Mystery Conjuration? Okay, it's just a slime. What's an Ember Wraith? It's a blaze. Usually you can figure it out from that, but like, what's a Goblin Warrior? Okay, it's a goblin, but it's actually a husk. What's a raider? It's a pigman. What's a goblin scout? It's also a zombie husk thing. Basically, guys, what I'm saying is that renaming stuff, it just makes it more confusing instead of less, because it fits with the pack better, but the pack isn't everything. The behavior pack isn't everything. And then the other thing is that, as you can see, some items are not Adventurer's Dreamy currently. This trident and these coral decorations here, these are not Adventurer's Dream themed. However, there's no issue with that because I actually asked them directly to the @Noxcrew account on Twitter if they're going to be updating with the aquatic stuff. And the answer they gave me was yes. Adventurer's Dream is going to get an update that fixes all the aquatic stuff, so that means the water's going to be fixed and the coral's going to be Adventurer's Dreamy, which pretty much confirms for me that they are going to keep updating this pack in the future. I am interrupting your video to show you something that I decided to put in later after finishing recording, which is that the new panorama in the resource pack is amazing. Where I am right now in the world is where the new panorama was taken, so as you can see, this all looks very nice in the world, but it looks even better when we exit and see it as the main menu panorama. It just looks very good, and it adds to the whole resource pack score. I really forgot to mention it, and I should not have. This pack deserves all the credit it gets for this amazing menu. Like, just look at this beautiful background. This is so much better than the default background. I love this pack. The resource pack is great, the world is great, the skin pack is meh, but other than the skin pack, it's all really good. So I would probably give the pack overall an 8 out of 10. I would recommend. Why is there a sheep floating up? I don't understand anything. So guys, if you can buy Adventurer's Dream, do it. It gives you a good resource pack, it gives you a fun adventure, and tell Noxcrew that you like it. So for now, I do want to tell you all, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.